Hey, Miss W here. I'm going to help you with some trig ratios. So looking at this trig ratio, you have to sketch this figure. So, on your paper, or if you screenshot it, however you do it. Anyway, you sketch this triangle. So the first thing you do is identify your OA and H. So remember, we're talking about sine, which is opposite over hypotenuse, cosine, which is adjacent over hypotenuse. So ca, toa, that's suckatoe, get it? Anyway, SOHCAHTOA. So tangent, which is opposite over adjacent. So sine is O over H, cosine A over H, and tangent O over A. So then you ask and see what your particular problem is asking. So this is cosine C. So I'm talking about angle C. So the first thing I do is put my arc on C. Okay, so I've got my arc. This is the triangle, the angle I'm talking about. So right there. Then I identify my OA and H. So always across from the right angle is your H. Then I put my pencil on the H and my arc, and I trace that arc over. What always touches the arc is your A and your H. So if this is your H, this has to be your A. So always remember what touches your arc. Put your pencil on it and trace it. The two things that touch the two lines of the triangle are your A and H, leaving this 30 as my opposite. So I'm finding cosine, and the cosine is adjacent and hypotenuse. So cosine, and I don't know what that is my adjacent. My adjacent number is 16, so adjacent 16 is up top. My hypotenuse, 34, is on the bottom. So 16 over 34. Next problem. Let's say I'm sine C now. So the first thing I do, put my arc on my C. Let me know, I sketch my triangle first. Then I got my arc identified. And then I label my O, A, and H. Always across from the right angle is my H. Put my pencil on my arc. That's my H. What always touches the two parts of my arc, A and H. So that's your adjacent, leaving your opposite, 28. Sine, so, is opposite over hypotenuse. So opposite is 28 over hypotenuse, 35. So there's your answer there. Now, if they're reducible, you may find that you need to reduce, like in the other ones down below. So if you got it right, you just have to reduce. So now I'm going to do tangent x. So I sketch my triangle really quick. I put my arc on there. I'm shading my circle in because I want to. My arc, not my circle. And then I have to find tangent. So I have to identify the sides of my triangle. Opposite my right angle is always my H. Put my pencil on my H and my arc, trace it over. That's going to give me my A, leaving my O. Tangent, TOA. So tangent is opposite over adjacent. So O, 32, over my A, 24. Okay, sometimes they ask you to reduce it. So what is that, 16 over, it can be bigger, hang on. If they asked you to reduce it, let's see, 4 goes into both, so 8 over 6, and then, oops, it can be bigger. Silly me, so I'm reducing again, so 4 by 2, the 4/3. But I didn't ask to reduce, all I have is my 32 over 24, so 32 over 24. I hope this helps.